Hello, and thank you for chiming in with us today. You're here with Mrs.CT International 2021. Today here we have ourselves a national achiever, or realist, who's a very active member in the community with his tribe and with actually helping us as well. You've all probably seen him on film picking up those cans and really taking part, standing up for clean energy. You want to tell us a little more about you?
Yes. Hi, my name is Aurelius Piper. I'm a member of the Golden Hill Pequasit Tribal Nation. It's a state-recognized tribe in Connecticut, and we're actually one of the oldest continuing reservations in the country. And I've been participating with the tribe in a lot of things that have to do with the environment, as far as well, forest timber management is one of the things that I do on the reservation. And one of the things there is you have to actually maintain the forest. I never knew that. I never knew that you actually have to maintain the forest. But what ends up happening is sometimes the bigger trees ended up blocking all the light from the little trees, as some of us may all know through science class and stuff in school. And so you have to go out there and sometimes what they call selective cutting, and that's a process that I'm familiar with, that we practice, and that's one of the ways that we help maintain our forest.
Wow. Wow. What would happen, let's say, if that work wasn't done?
Well, what ends up happening is a lot of times the trees die and then they rot, and that could cause
a safety hazard.
yeah, it can
really.
cause an infestation of the insects and stuff like that, from the dead.
And you're letting the new
dead
growth
debris.
in.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really incredible. Well, as we were talking in the past, you had said something along the lines like more like solar in for the reservations.
Right.
How do you, can you go into a little more detail to explain that?
Well, that's another thing too. It's all about living a sustainable lifestyle. So we want to keep these types of things in mind when we're selectively cutting in the forest, or maybe if we want to clear for a house or clear for farming. Sometimes the whole idea of cutting trees to some people may be taboo, and I like to protect the trees myself too, but sometimes it's necessary that you have to develop certain areas in order for you to,
For the potential.
and sometimes you have to, it's part of the sustaining the structure of the biosystem, if I'm not I hope I'm not using that word that's not incorrectly, but I believe, because it's basically when you're living a sustainable life, it's basically everything living off of each other, everything
So your long-term goal is, and your long-term focus is not just for the rest, but for the entire nation to be having just renewable energy, biomass energy plants, more, well, I threw that word in there, okay, because that's really what I'd like to see, but I'm going to say that your goal is to see it happen for everyone, everywhere.
Well, I think it's important for us to educate ourselves. It's I myself, I like to learn as much as possible, so I can, increase my options and what's out there, because unfortunately I only know so much. I don't know that much about everything about the bioenergy, but I'm hoping to learn within the next 5 years, because in this time is when we would like to start our projects, and hopefully other reservations and maybe local towns and the communities can see that if we can do it, so can others.
Right, right. And right now, do you feel that there's more members of the tribe that feel as strongly as you do about clean energy?
I think there's, yeah, I definitely do. Right now, it's the way to go, you know, and it's an opportunity for us to start, you know, taking care of our environment more, you know, and when you look at other countries, some countries in Europe, I believe Switzerland and some of them, they have, if I'm not mistaken, they're like 80% natural energy. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, I think Germany's another one of them too. You know, and and to me, that's leadership. You know what I mean? Like that's an example. So I mean, if we,
It can be done.
yeah,
That's
if
what you mean. It can
right,
be
and
done. Yeah.
you know, so that's what some of us have to start pushing for. I mean, maybe it's not for everybody, but hopefully at some point everybody can become educated enough to where, you know, little by little, even just by donating cans, because, you know, like what we were doing today is important because, you know, we went out there and we found cans that were just left on the side of the road, and eventually those cans will be cashed in, and that those funds will be donated, and it will be helping to fight, you know, this
Cleaning the
global
planet
crisis.
to invest in the planet.
Yeah,
Cleaning it up to invest in it.
I mean, it's sad. It's sad when you know, I didn't even know until 2015 that there was something called Plastic Island. You know, there's an island the size of Rhode Island of just
Well,
plastic
yeah.
out in the ocean.
Now there is a boat. There is a boat that goes and cleans that, but there's only one boat. And that's what we're hoping with the donations, is being able to give more options so we
Right.
can get more boats out there, get more stuff going. Because actually, yeah, that brings me to my next question for you. You got up today, and you made the choice to come and pick up cans off the side of the road, and you're still so happy. You're happy right now. You were happy before. I mean, what drives you? What makes you?
Well, I just know that sometimes I just imagine what it would be like if I don't do it, you know, and you know, and sometimes it's like, you know, that to me, I feel like I just really don't have any time to waste, and also I feel like individuals, everybody, maybe not everybody, but whoever feels the inspiration to go out and do something and feel like, you know, they want to take part or maybe take leadership, they should follow that, because that's what, you know, that's what the community is lacking. You know, that's what we're missing.
We need you guys. We need you guys. Take part. Come with us. Come walk with us.
You know,
Yeah.
one of the things that I learned growing up on a reservation is the the tribal system, basically like the government system, the organization, and coming from a small tribe and having direct contact and involvement in that practice, it put me in a position of leadership. So now I can take that from what I've learned from the reservation and go out into the community. So like when you ask me what makes me wake up and do that, because that's who I am, you know. Right. So the clean energy is very important, because if the world can just gain control of that and come up with cleaner businesses and you know, better corporation, you know, and these corporations would put their money towards backing a lot of this natural energy, these programs and stuff like that, then the world, you know, the world would be a better place. I mean,
Well, that goes with. I feel like that goes with talking about it more. I feel like we need to talk about it more in order for us to start looking for the right answers or finding which companies are going to be most helpful. But it seems like if we work together, like you and I have learned so much from one another when it comes to, just the clean air and environmental causes. I mean, we've learned a lot from one another. So I think that, like, if more heads get together, we can help to kind of find a solution to the bigger problems, whether we got to be all working together to clean it up and invest, or somehow, some way.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's a circle of life, and one thing affects the other. So, if we can get a good control over that, then little by little, all the other things can come in place. Maybe it'll get our oceans cleaned up and stuff like that. You know what I mean? The ozone layer is already, there's improvement with that. So, but unfortunately, our we still have the global warming crisis, and
So you're an achiever. You're always on a project. You're always doing something. You're always focused. What is your next big? What do you plan to do from here? Like, what is your next big goal?
well, I think the next big thing for me would be to learn as much as I possibly can on the solar energy and get more into solar farming, and just basically, get my foot in the door with that,
I think that's amazing. I think it's amazing. Even you're inspiring because you get out there and you talk about it and you do it. I mean, and this is a passion for you. So many people are learning from you on this, and you're carrying that pride in renewable energy, that you're not afraid to talk about it. You work it, you live it, you do it, and you're certainly I got to say, it was just been so helpful today. When you came, you helped to get those cans. I mean, you really, you didn't have to spend your whole day doing that. That's somebody who's dedicated. It's somebody who's absolutely dedicated, and we appreciate you so much for that. And this is a man who still continues to come out here and collect cans today with nobody dragging him out of bed to do so. I give you a lot of credit.
Thank you.
And I think that's exactly what makes you a leader, and that kind of positive attitude. There's no question why you're here.
Well, I gotta give you credit too, because you inspired me too, to be out here. I see you out there and I want to support you. And,
Good friend. Oh. Well, there you have it, guys. You've now met another national achiever, and hopefully see you next time. Just maybe you could be the next national achiever.